Hello, welcome to this web presentation introducing you to the Indiana State Board of Accounts, who we are and what we do. My name is Tanner Huber and I am one of the Government Technical Assistance and Compliance Directors, better known as the GTAC Directors, with the State Board of Accounts. When city or town officials have questions, the GTAC Directors are the first point of contact. Let's get started with the overview of the State Board of Accounts. The State Board of Accounts is the independent audit agency for state and local units of government. The Board of Accounts was established by Indiana Code 5-11-1. We audit political subdivisions, including their financial statements and underlying financial records and accounts. The documentation of our audit work comes in the form of a published report at an audit's conclusion. The report is filed by the state examiner, at which time it becomes a public record. The report contains the city or town's financial statements, our opinion as to the accuracy of the financial statements, and any significant non-compliance noted during the audit. The following is the Indiana State Board of Accounts mission statement. We are dedicated to providing the citizens of the state of Indiana with confidence in the integrity and financial accountability of state and local government. The Indiana State Board of Accounts was created in 1909 and was known then as the Department of Inspection and Supervision of Public Offices. It stayed as such until 1945, when the duties of the Department of Inspection were changed and we became the State Board of Accounts. The board of the Board of Accounts consists of the state examiner and 2 deputy state examiners. The board members are appointed by the governor, with the appointments requiring acceptance by the Indiana General Assembly's Legislative Council. The current state examiner is Paul Joyce. The state examiner participates on the State Board for Depositories and the Oversight Commission on Public Records by statute. The deputy state examiners are Beth Kelly and Tammy White. Board members are active members of the Association of Government Accountants, the National Association of State Auditors, the Government Finance Officers Association, the Public Integrity Coalition, the Distressed Units Board, and many other national and state organizations committed to the improvement of government accounting and auditing. If you ever have any questions or need assistance, please reach out and contact us. You don't have to wait until the next audit to ask questions. The 2 GTAC directors over cities and towns are Mitch Wilson and Beth Goss. Here's the cities and towns directors' contact information. You can email at cities.towns@sboa.in.gov. Both directors have access to that inbox to answer questions. Our phone is 317-232-2513. Beth is normally in the office Tuesday through Friday, and Mitch is normally in the office Monday through Thursday. So one of them are usually available daily to try and assist. The volume of calls and emails sometimes is very high, but please know we will get back with you as soon as our schedule allows. If you're old school, or if you should ever need to reach us through the U.S. Post Office, our mailing address is shown. We've also listed our website address here on this slide. We'll take a quick walkthrough of it here in a little bit. One of the first questions many new officials have is, when am I getting audited? Indiana Code 5-11-1-25 states, the State Board of Accounts shall conduct examinations of audited entities at the times determined by the State Board of Accounts, but not less than once every 4 years using risk-based examination criteria that are established by the State Board of Accounts and approved by the Audit Committee. The risk-based examination criteria must include the following risk factors. 1. An audited entity has a newly elected or appointed fiscal officer. 2. An audited entity either has not timely filed or has filed a materially incorrect or incomplete annual financial report as required by Indiana Code 5-11-1-4. 3. A ratings agency that rates debt maintained by an audited entity has determined an examination of the audited entity is required more frequently than once every 4 years. And number 4, any other factor determined by the state examiner and approved by the audit committee. Under some circumstances, an audit may be required annually. For example, maybe because of the receipt of federal financial assistance over $750,000. Maybe due to continuing disclosure requirements, or as a condition of a public bond issuance. You need to notify the State Board of Accounts within 60 days after the close of the year if you need an annual audit. Now, let's take a quick look at our website, where I think you'll find a lot of useful information and probably a quick reference to answering some of the questions you might have. This is the home page. On the left side of the screen, click the drop-down arrow next to Political Subdivisions, then click your applicable unit type. For cities and towns, this is the display you will see. Be sure to click the red exclamation point above the contact information to stay up to date on all SBOA communications, updates, and releases. On this page, you can find a plethora of useful information, including the rest of this series of videos, information on corrective action plans, internal control information, which will be covered in one of the other videos in the series, and the Uniform Compliance Guidelines, which includes a link to the state examiner directives, the manual, and past bulletins the cities and towns directors have released. I highly recommend taking the time to read through the Uniform Compliance Guidelines as you get settled into your new role. As we wrap this video up, here again is the cities and towns directors' contact information. They can be reached by email at cities.towns@sboa.in.gov, and they can be reached by phone at 317-232-2513. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to working with you during your term in office.